will be the play. And Ravenking has kind of had a... his last season, he was still able to get second on our power ranking, right?
Third. Was he second?
Second. I want to say second.
He was ahead of Atata. That's good.
Atata barely qualified. I think that kind of held him back on the ranking.
Yeah.
Oh, and that move, the Aether, is also going to be really important in this matchup. Just knowing when Tony overextends and being able to anti-air with that, with the armor to back you up, could be a big X factor here for Ravenking.
Yeah, I believe that Ike was one of the characters that got his shield expanded in 7.0, so Tony might have to be a bit more patient than he's used to.
He's already pretty patient, so double that, apparently, if you're trying to theory trap this matchup with some.
Ooh, good catch out on the quick draw, but that F smash actually catching him again with the spring, but Ike is going to make it back on the third time of basket.
Yeah, wait out these spin dashes. Yeah, look at that. You saw how low that shield was, but he was still able to shield the back end. I don't know about that quick draw. That was certainly a choice. I like that second one better. I like that second quick draw way more than the first one.
Yeah, had ample time to charge it up as well, made it a bit ambiguous as to the distance he was looking for over the rest of the black hole.
Yeah, look at that. He's just able to snipe through that spin charge. And he had a back air lined up to eat up the cancel on that homing attack as well. Ravenking knows how to stop these burst options from Sonic, and that's what's led to this first stock advantage.
Do not charge it into space. He's all too willing to go for a burst option like that. Has to find some way of landing. Tony just gives it to him with the F smash.
Take your time off the ledge, and okay, third time's the charm. The patience on the ledge paying off big here for Ravenking as he gets a 35% combo.
Jumping inside that forward air, putting Ike up to 163. Ike, another one of those deceptively heavy characters, so might be able to lift some of these interactions. And Sonic doesn't necessarily have moves that scale too much in hitbox, sort of relies on edge guards more than any other character.
Yeah, and that armor could be so useful for Ike to avoid some of these edge guards, right? And some of these like drop down forward airs. And just the speed of things like that quick draw can be so useful, but you overextend on a platform just by an inch. Ravenking is going to take it a mile.
And so much rage on that narrative up air, but finally able to interrupt the Aether with a forward air.
That's pretty important for the whole cadence of this best of 5 set, that TonyZTank finds that angle to catch those high Aethers, right? You really can't let Ravenking do those for free. It's still really, really hard to time, don't get me wrong, but if Tony can get a lock on those, that could be an X factor too.
Right as that expired, the Aether out of shield, very, very powerful. Does over 20 damage if every hitbox connects.
26, I think. It's a lot. I also commentate a lot, because, well, Ravenking makes it far in a lot of tournaments. This lead is just building and building here for Ravenking. He really is a narrow way, I think, from taking a stock of one of these platforms. I was wrong.
You weren't too far away, almost able to convert off of that spring into the F smash, but just enough knockback to just out of the range of his fist.
Oh, and understanding that high spring was already presented means that Ravenking can go for that really short quick draw that isn't safe at all, but as long as like Sonic commits to something, you can get away with it.
On top of the platform, to not even deal with that in the back air. Caught him going right past.
Get out of here with that mix-up. Not fooled at all as Ravenking, as he takes a 2-stock victory in game 1. I started talking about it before the match started. Is that Ravenking's second on the PR, but he was, I think, pretty disappointed in that Frosty's performance, ending at 9th place, just outside of top 8. And he's looking to redeem himself a little bit here at Spotlight.
Yeah, I mean, for any player of his caliber, anyone with the track record he has in Chicago, and number 2 in such a strong region, anywhere outside of the top 8 is going to be a disappointment. But
that tournament, he lost to 2 Chicago players. He lost to Frosty, and he lost to Snoofle in losers. So, anytime that Ravenking gets to go to one of these tournaments where there's some national or some regional threats, he wants to take names. He wants to represent Chicago as well as he can versus these invaders. So already off to a good start in Game 1 on Pokemon Stadium. We're going to run back to Stadium in Game 2 as Tony looks like he is cooking on this stud.
No damage dealt onto him, finally able to get something done, but good tech on top of the platform to avoid that fair.
Yeah, look at that. You able to do that out of shield to stop a homing attack mix-up. And being able to disrespect those mix-ups is going to be so imperative for Ike.
This is already looking a lot better for Tony. Not even approaching until he needs to, waiting for Ike to make the first move, and Ravenking just giving it to him a couple times.
And that Nair going to kill off the top. Kind of a goofy-looking kill confirm, but that was actually a really popular kill confirm in Smash 4 when a character would get to like 170, 180%. And that, Sonic, just due to the fact that he had such great invulnerability options, allowed him to play very reliably to 170, 180% of his hit.
Working with the spin going, but
whoa!
Actually connecting both hits on the spin dash. Not even going for an aerial out of it.
Ravenking hanging on that platform because he knows yeah, exactly. If he had started that on the platform instead of off the base platform, he actually could have just killed him. But you know what? Not fooled by the homing attack in the slightest. How is Ravenking so good at just understanding these movements that Sonic is doing?
Yeah, down smash, not a move you see from Ike every day, but Ravenking utilizing it to its full effect. Air dodge around the grab attempt.
Getting some quick little grab combos in here to try and even this up.
Nice punish from Tony, able to get the spin dash into back air.
And that's a laggy move, don't forget. If you have to land out of the homing attack, don't bounce off of a shield, you're put into a lot of lag. Really, Ravenking could have done whatever aerial option he chose. Or he pleased, sorry. Oh, baby! I didn't want to jinx it. Because I was like, I don't know, Tony was getting like a really weird angle in with the homing attack and stuff. I thought he might have been able to sneak out of there, but, well, Ravenking knew better than I did.
Yeah, I think we all held our breath at that eruption there. Ravenking had it almost fully charged when he saw the two pillars of fire, but Tony able to answer back almost immediately. This is a very easy planet stop.
Ooh, actually, you mentioned the camera on this stage. I was super full. I thought that Ravenking might have like drop zoned to the death in that situation, but Ravenking comfortable in his recoveries.
This for the homing attack. I think the platform gonna get in his way. That F smash.
Oh, that was not an F tilt. That was a back air for sure.
Might have messed up the attack cancel there, but good conversion into the fair, getting Ike off stage at 82. He's just going high every time. Tony's not catching on.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I love that attempt from Tony, but not quite enough to KO. A very close game has turned out to be between the two of them, but that back air is just going to kill him all the way downtown. No flash necessary. Ravenking up 2 games to 0.
Yeah, I think that's a case of poor DI from Tony there. You can tell by the look on his face. Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, he was moving left, so it's reasonable to assume his control stick is pointed to left. I probably would have DI'd that poorly if I was Sonic. But I'm also a terrible Sonic player.
If you don't play Sonic, you're a terrible Sonic player.
Sonic and Fox, they're both the two characters that are so fast that like I feel like I'm losing control with the character.
I mean, if you at least play a different Spacey, then you can sort of get used to Fox's game plan, but there is no other character in this game like Sonic. He is a unique beast of fire.
Correct. But Ravenking does not look fooled by this unique beast even a little bit so far as he takes the 2-0 lead. TonyZTank going to have to reverse 3-0 to stay in winner's bracket, which, again, like we mentioned, it's 2 C-tier tournaments in a row that he's made top 8. Falling to losers this early would be a disappointment for him, I do have to admit.
Down into fair, putting Tony at 81.
Wow, that scoop up air. I did not see that coming, and neither did Tony.
Covers a lot of ground. You don't even need to go that high, and you don't even need to go that far when you have an F-tilt like that.
Being real tricky with the tomahawks to set up that forward tilt. That is a classic Ravenking maneuver. Way back when we played Ike in Smash 4, and Ike didn't really have like any realistic game plan at all. Or at least like a super safe game plan with things like this neutral game that Ravenking can play now. he would go for those tomahawks all the time to set up grabs and set up some of the grab confirms that Ike had.
Yeah, I think with the possible exception of Ned, Ike and Ravenking in particular requires perhaps the best conditioning in the entire Midwest. And look at this damage he's been able to rack on. Aether scoops him for quite a distance.
Ooh, okay, trying to catch a cute little landing there with the forward smash, but you're going to pay the price as Ravenking continues his onslaught versus the Sonic, and even looking for another forward smash of his own, but you'll fall victim to the Sonic Extendo Arm.
Tony was throwing out so many F smashes. One of them was gonna connect sooner or later, and just so happened to be right there. But Ravenking still looking very good. 58% to the good.
Ooh, okay. I thought that might be Dare. I thought the call might have been Dare there. But instead, just looking for a Dare on the ledge. And there another Tomahawk from Ravenking, even in the advantage state.
Actually charging up that spin dash a little more just to bait him in so he can get that close range hitbox.
And you're dead. Okay. A little bit of an overextend on that F smash on the platform. I see what Tony wanted. Like, there's high reward involved, and it's a good anti-air move, but you're going to pay the price. Now this is looking grim here for Nebraska's. Actually, all of Nebraska will be in lose-lose if Tony drops this, so that would be very unfortunate for their hopes.
He just seems to be the state's last hope, and that F smash a tiny bit early, not even going for the nuclear get-up.
And look at that. The giant disjointed hitbox is able to disrespect the charge of these spin dashes, right? We mentioned how important that was going to be in the jump.
Yeah, it's completely stuffing him out before he can even get anything started. We saw the sparks on the board and not the kill.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Ike is he ate his Wheaties today, but not enough Wheaties in the world to survive that backer. Okay, now Tony's gonna. I think he needs to collect himself a little bit, and instead he's just going right in, playing his game. Tech chasing very well, and all of a sudden this damage racked up to 75% in 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, this is quintessential Sonic right here. Continuing the spin dash until he gets too close, and then you go for a different combo.
That platform just being a great respite, as we've seen many times for the quick draw.
Those the back air sending him in the reverse direction. Tony actually yet to take any damage since he got Ravenking onto his final stop.
Oh, and that confirmed into the back air. Kind of. Not actually, but had the right idea. Again, he needed something to stop the spin dash onslaught.
I think you're going to confirm into all sorts of things if you fall out of an Aether like that.
Tony had the tempo down, where Ravenking would drop and try to get like a reverse neutral air from the platform. And for a lot of those first two games, Tony was spin dashing at the wrong time, getting caught up by that, and that led to so much damage from Ravenking. But the tempo advantage definitely went to Sonic there, as he just waited a little bit longer. Like he probably just like counted to 3 instead of counting to 2 before letting the spin dash and spin charges go, which really, like, as you said, you kind of lapped it through and through on that final stock.
I like this Lilac counterpick though. Ike, one of the characters that kills off the top the most in this game, and Sonic, one of the characters that kills off the side the most in this game. So with the fairly low ceilings combined with the tri-flat, inverted tri-flat layout, as well as these weird slants on the ledge that make the startup of spin dashes a tiny bit awkward.
I have to assume that Smash Go was the ban, because again, I see Ravenking go to that stage all the time. So if that stage isn't the counter pick, I just assume it's banned. That Waveland was really actually super useful because it dodged the spin charge angle. But Tony does not look too slowed down so far in this game for us. Whew, okay. Not the perfect time to throw out the up air for the KO. And keeping it fresh, I think, is Ravenking's game plan.
Threw it down there, and the F-tilt catches the neutral get up. What great conditioning as well, as he went to cover the jump the first couple of times.
Ooh, I think that down tilt was like this close to landing, which would have been a good opening here. Roll is an interesting option. You actually usually see spot dodge, right? When those homing attacks are charged in ambiguous positions. A little bit of a mistimed Aether is going to cost Ravenking his first stock here.
I think with the shield dwindling, he just felt the initiative to throw out at least something, and that was just the wrong time.
big damage coming back from Tony, though. His position is good on the second stock. Now, Ravenking was this close, pixels away from landing a neutral air onto that charging spin dash.
Back this time as he goes for the full charge on that dash attack on shield, not at all safe. And Tony unable to get a longer string going.
Again, these platforms are a good respite here for the quick draw. But now mixing up onto the base platform. Ooh, okay, not slowed down. I think he meant to land on the platform to allow a neutral air to or an up air to happen. As you mentioned, the vertical KO potential from Ravenking is insane. As you see it, the bread and butter two-piece combo. Don't need the three-piece extension here for Ravenking to take Tony to, again, maybe his winner's bracket stop.
That's the confirm that Ravenking has made his entire Smash career on. It's just causing him to thrive with his character.
What a great cancel on the spin charge. Ravenking was so fooled by that. But he's not fooled at all by this ledge trap position until that neutral air buys very valuable space for TonyZTank.
We're out in the wrong direction. Tony able to get one forward air, but before he can get anything, just back to the same position we found him in all match.
But now we're getting closer and closer to that kill percent, and as we've seen, these spin charges can be taken advantage of by Ravenking. He just needs to find the right timing to come down from these center platforms. Or you just force an option yourself. Dash attack right in Tony's face.
Forward air sees off stage at 101.
Ravenking still living, but this is the dangerous percent for Tony. Oh, and you thought you could charge, but no, sir.
Tony attacked that down tilt out of the percent range. The window just closed there, and out of shield, just missing with the up air as well. The back air from Tony is going to force a game 5. Ravenking was so close on multiple occasions, but Tony, in the end, is going to take game 4 by a very, very slim margin. Out-patience him at the end.
Yeah, again, a matchup at tempo. Tony finding the tempo exactly when he needs to. And I think Ravenking might just run this back.
If Smash Drill's banned, I can't imagine he's going to any other stage.
We'll have to see. I do agree with you that I think the game plan on Lilat makes a lot of sense. He was just inches away from finding that one hit, like the neutral get up with a forward tilt. Or that down tilt just being a couple of percent away from confirming into an up air or a forward air.
Or a couple of pixels away from the up air, just something, even the raw options didn't even need the setups to just miss. He was so close on at least 5 or 6 occasions before he finally got susceptible to that back air.
And those dash attacks were just barely shielded in time, things of that sort.
When the homing attack, he's going to delay the landing.
Tony winning the death of 1,000 cuts here, though. No real big gambits going Ravenking's way. He just kind of claws with his 40% he even has.
Tony's actually starting to angle up the up smashes as well, the F smashes as well, excuse me. Just hoping that he overextends and overshoots from the platform.
Okay, gonna get another back air, but it's a sour hit. Ooh, and just barely off the mark on that second back air.
Premier option there. Nair up tilt. Tony probably at mid%, so still has the, has the weight to survive that, but that might have killed a lighter character.
That was a weird hit of up air, but the second one, not gonna find the mark. This is a forward throw. All right, Ravenking's in this stock. But kind of a spooky down tilt. I think that the angle of Lilat really made that move more effective than it would have been on a flatter stage. But okay, finally finding the tempo advantage to his own. We've seen those dash attacks try to come in and stop the charges before, and he was just barely off the mark a couple of times in a row. Ravenking finally gets it, but he will fall victim to a forward smash of Sonic's.
Tony interrupting Ike's rhythm with that one. Ravenking still controlling the stage well. These nairs just cover so much ground famously for doing so. Doesn't necessarily have the best frame data, but when Tony's hanging back with some of these spin dashes, it just allows him to get the startup going.
I'm looking for another, that was a dash attack startup there for sure from Ravenking. There you go, big damage. But the answer back on that nice little anti-air.
Spring again. That neutral get an inch away.
Another Tomahawk landing, and he's going to get an up air for his trouble. Next neutral air, I think, will take the stock, but the rage is cleared out. I don't think the rage will be a factor in that combo, but I could be wrong.
Ravenking was maneuvering so well to begin this, but Tony has just this lead, and Sonic is one of the hardest characters to make a comeback against.
Yep, you see, this game plan will work out so often here. And oh, just barely getting the back air out in time where I think that would not have traded if the neutral air had come out faster.
Yeah, Tony is definitely advantaging himself by playing the odds here. These trades are going to work out in his favor. The homing attacks whenever he has the range just snuffed out.
Ooh, and almost an up air in time for Ravenking, but these trades are just so good for Sonic.
39 goes for the Nair instead. Did well to recognize he couldn't cross him up. Didn't attempt the back air.
And again, these dash attacks are inches away from landing where they would KO, but Tony has figured out the tempo. Now get off me forward air from Tony. Puts him in a great position in this game 5.
Set is within reaching distance for him. Ike very heavy, but at 150, has to imagine that death might be impending.
And yeah, that was an overextend, but what? Great mash from Ravenking. He should be dead right now.
I say it's not over until the fat lady sings, but she's certainly warming up her vocal cords right now. Tony has him at 180, just another solid option, might do it.
And yup, nice cross up on that spin dash back air. TonyZTank reverse 3-0s his way into winners quarterfinals. Keeps Sonic and Nebraska in the winners bracket.